Ale. Allá voy, allá voy, allá voy. Muy buenas tardes a todo el mundo. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué pasó? Tardeo. ¿Qué te veo? Dominguito de relajación. Dominguito para bajar puchero. Dominguito de café. Colacao. Dulce de leche. Con chocolate. Con nata, lo que tú quieras. Me da igual. Muy buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estamos? Otro día más, ¿no? Por aquí, ¿no? Ay, qué ganita tenía de jugar, tío. Tengo una ganas de echarle 4 o 5 putas horas. Uf, que ni os lo imagináis, vaya. Iba brillante, tío, pero me he quedado media horita viendo un vídeo de boxeo y, man, flipado. O sea, yo siempre me pongo a ver vídeos de boxeo, de mierdas así, ¿sabes? En plan, si no es de un boxeador de otro, de cómo se entrena, o de la estrategia de uno, de otro, de la trayectoria, me flipa, me encanta. No sé por qué, me quedo atontado viendo vídeos. Em, Total, hay que retomar la Noire. El último caso lo dejamos a medias y estamos persiguiendo a Arnett, que era el marido de la amiga de Juliet, la asesinada. ¿Vale? Juliet, la asesinada, tenía una amiga, esa amiga tenía un marido y ese marido es el que tenía el contacto con Juliet, que después se la presentó a la mujer del propio Arnett. Y como que fallé un par de preguntas, creo que eran una de 3 o 2 de 4, no me acuerdo. Pero claramente el caso iba por ahí, ¿no? Porque el tío no había respondido al 100%, o sea, el tío claramente estaba mintiendo. Y nos quedamos a media en el sentido de que vamos a perseguirlo, es decir, lo dejamos que se fuera y vamos a perseguirlo. Luego el segundo es el señor Henderson, que es con el que salía Juliet y no sabemos nada de él. O sea que a saber qué pasa. Y luego tenemos el tal Jimmy LeBlanc, que era un ladrón que llegó a la morgue y lo examinaron y murió como 2 horas después, 1 o 2 horas después de Juliet. Y le encontraron cerca de... Ay, perdón, cerca de la zona donde murió Juliet, del apartamento. Y murió que le reventaron una paliza y tenía 2 jeringuillas encima. Puede ser uno de los que supuestamente asesinaron a Juliet, pero también te digo, si él tuvo las 2 jeringuillas, entonces ¿qué jeringuilla encontramos en el apartamento, en el edificio, en la papelera de abajo? Yo creo que Jimmy LeBlanc no tiene nada que ver con el caso, pero bueno, vamos al lío, ¿no? A ver, esto se hace así, yo hago así. ¿Por qué no se ve? ¿Por qué no? Ahora. La ciudad desnuda. Sigamos. Lo dicho, nos habíamos quedado persiguiendo a Arnett, saliendo él de la comisaría, del interrogatorio. A ver hacia dónde nos lleva. Seguramente. También le dimos la dirección de su local, porque él trabaja en una empresa de moda, el suya propia. Le dimos la dirección a nuestro antiguo compañero Bekowski, que también lo vimos en este caso. Hacía tiempo que no lo veíamos, desde que salimos de.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
¿What?
He's good looking for a policeman.
¿No se guardó?
Wow, this day was a total waste of makeup.
¿En serio?
Next? We should see what we can shake out of Arnett while we got him in the interview room.
Pues nada. Vaya puta mierda, tenemos que investigarlo de nuevo. A ver, sala 2, por allí.
He just refuses to accompany me to church.
Aquí. Otra vez lo tenemos que.
I'm
Pues
Detective
nada, pues muy
Phelps.
bien.
This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in. Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news.
Porque ahora se escucha todo bajito. Bueno, ahora quizá un poco mejor, ¿no? Relación con la víctima. Tendremos que hacer de nuevo el interrogatorio. No sé por qué nos ha guardado, la verdad. Normalmente siempre se guarda
I'm in the
cuando.
clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Un momento, ¿cómo?
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Voy a dar la mentira.
Come clean with us, Arnett. Was Miss Randall your mistress? Is that how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle?
That's a ridiculous allegation. How could you possibly prove that I paid for Julia's things?
Aquí nosotros le dimos al anillo porque pensamos que el anillo se lo había comprado en nota, pero realmente no tiene sentido, no te voy a mentir, la verdad. El anillo de perla era de la amiga, de la mujer de Arnett, así que voy a darle a duda. Otra cosa no tengo,
You don't ask, you never
porque no
find
tengo
out.
pruebas.
He's asking
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
you banged her in a chuck on the shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Perdón, o sea, realmente estoy haciendo trampa porque, bueno, trampa no, lo estoy volviendo a intentar sin saber la respuesta, pero no ha sido culpa mía, es que no se ha guardado el juego, así que os jodéis. Al tanto del señor Henderson.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Si le digo mentira,
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
¿y qué uso yo? ¿Qué uso yo? Un momento. Necesito mirar las pruebas.
Really? That's everything you need?
De verdad, es que ahora no puedo mirar las pruebas.
I'm
Por
sure of
favor.
it.
Batín de hombre. El señor Henderson. Ah, es que no tengo nada acerca de esa persona, Henderson. Y creo que la otra vez le di a duda y no era.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Que no estaba al tanto de la vida
Miss Randall's
personal de
landlady
Julia.
said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
¿Y cómo voy a utilizar yo? ¿Qué pista puedo utilizar yo? ¿El batín de hombre? Es que lo único que puedo... Yo voy a utilizar el batín de hombre, yo qué sé.
I'm here of my own free will, detective. I'm doing my best to be helpful. The last thing I'd want to do is lie.
Pues que no tengo ninguna prueba, o sea, es que no sé qué puedo decirle.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No.
O
Should
era
I have?
duda.
Is he an entertainer or something?
I think you're lying. I think Randall was a high-priced hooker, and this Henderson character didn't want it to come out that he had been seeing her. I think he had LeBlanc and an accomplice bump her off. I think you know who Henderson is, and you're trying to conceal his identity.
I think you've been out in the sun too long without your hat. Prove that I know who Henderson is.
Que no puedo demostrar quién es Henderson. Es que tengo que dar la duda, pero
I was mistaken.
no voy a poder. Ah,
So
pues
you
sí,
wouldn't
era,
have any
era
reason to
duda.
believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in
Pues
fashion.
mira qué bien.
That's right.
Vale, esta es la dirección que nosotros le damos a Bukowski. Arnett Clothing Emporium. Ese es.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa, a couple of other places.
Aquí nos está mintiendo bastísimo.
You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl.
Y aquí donde
Can you pass this
nos...
on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records
Vale,
on
aquí
Jimmy
también le pedimos los
LeBlanc, find out
antecedentes de
who's his
Jimmy
last
LeBlanc.
arresting officer. Have him get in touch via
Al final,
KPL
o sea, he dicho que no tenía relación Jimmy LeBlanc con el caso, pero puede ser que sí, ¿eh? Porque le he preguntado y se ha puesto así como nerviosete. Aquí sí que es donde lo dejamos. Yo pensaba que había guardado la partida aquí. De hecho, que es el propio juego el que guarda la partida. Yo no guardo. Pero bueno, hostia, hay que perseguirlo, tú. Vale, ahora sí que empezamos la
He was
tarde.
squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
¿Me dejáis pasar, papá?
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
O casi se lo comen ahí. Tiene un filtro naranja ahora hecho muy raro, ¿no? Parece que se llama un médico. Quieto parado aquí. Se va para ahí, ¿eh? ¿O no? No, no, no. Sigue, sigue. Joder, mira que el tío es lento conduciendo, ¿eh? Y ahora pega un acelerón porque
Where are
sí.
you taking us, Henry?
No hace ninguna gracia este tipo de misiones, ¿no? Cómo suena el freno, macho. Parece que va a romperse el coche. Venga, que sea en verde. Ahora pega el acelerón, venga.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Que podrían charlar un poquito más, ¿no? No sé. Del caso y tal. Y por cierto, lo del batín ese que he utilizado como prueba que no era correcto, ¿eso cuándo me lo van a analizar? Por fin hemos llegado, tío. ¿Qué era? ¿Una tienda de segunda mano?
He needs money and fast.
No, de empeño, ¿no?
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Va por allá, ¿no? Vale. En las palmeras estas me puedo... No, desde luego así, ¿no? Vale, pero me puedo poner aquí. Uf, por poco, ¿eh? Vale, ha empeñado algo que a saber, ¿no? Serán joyas o yo qué sé. Y va con toda la pasta a no sé dónde. Es que no entiendo, macho. No lo soporto. O sea, literalmente lo único que hay que hacer es estar a 500 metros y ya está. ¿Qué tensión hay en eso? No sé. Odio estas misiones, de verdad.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Venga.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Voy a jugar ultra seguro. Me flipa el traje ese. Divertido ahí. Qué buena, qué buena pose. No se mueve ni un milímetro. Que lo pierdo, que lo pierdo, que lo pierdo. Salte. Aquí me va a ver, Como cruce la calle me ve, Me va. Vale, ¿y si hago así? De incógnito. Me ve. Ya verá.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Madre, cómo empezamos la tarde. Es que me flipa esto, tío, me flipa. En verdad, que madre mía, tío. Otra vez, venga. Se nota, se nota que es de 2011. Y lo peor de todo es que habrá juegos de hoy en día que lo sigan haciendo la mecánica hecha, la tontería hecha, es que no sé.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Y yo aquí no puedo entrar, por cierto. Seguramente tenga que volver después. Venga. Otra vez aquí. Y por si acaso, mira, el cabrón. Yo no me doy por vencido, Yo sé que en algún momento
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
encontraré de nuevo el Porsche. Estoy seguro. Me voy a quedar aquí, tío. Paso de... Porque es que como me acerque 300 metros, ya se gira y me ve. ¿Pasa para allá? Venga, vamos. Rápido. Míralo. Si no me habéis dicho es porque ya, vamos, apagaba el juego, Qué pesado en nota.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Mirando 7 veces, vamos. ¡Uy!
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Vale, ahora sí, por fin. Vale, y yo me puedo poner aquí sin que me vea. He hecho un cantazo, ¿no? Ah, mira, menos más. Uf. ¿Qué coño es esto, tío?
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
De ida. En plan, que se va, que se larga.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Billete de tren, agencia de viajes a huevo.
My God, it's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Querida Beverly, con amor siempre tuyo, J. J. ¿Es el nombre de pila de Arnett? Un momento. J. No, de Jimmy. O de Julia Randall. O sea, perdón, de Julia. No, Julia es ella, ¿vale? La mujer. Ah, Heather. Esa era la Jaime. De J. What? A ver, quiero volver a verlo. Diría la falla de oro y es valorada en $10.000. Casa de empeño. Pues muy bien. Hay un telefonillo ahí. Que no sé muy bien para qué ahora mismo, la verdad.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Homicide detectives Bukowski and Galloway have information relating to the Randall case.
Roger, KGPL. 11K, en route.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
R&I reports the last arresting officer for DOA Jimmy LeBlanc was Patrolman Fred Wallace, who's working a shift on Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Car 11K, en route.
Ok, vale.
Here's what I heard.
Momento.
Cops caught the guy who did the dahlia, but they covered it up.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Que se cae el de fondo, coño.
Putting you through now.
Que de llamadita ahora, ¿no?
Phelps, 1247.
That's the cop from the newspapers.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thank you.
Muy bien. A ver.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus two dames always equals problems.
Vale, por si acaso sería la comisaría, voy a... voy a preguntarle al último policía que detuvo a LeBlanc a ver qué información nos suelta acerca del pavo, ¿no? Del propio... Que podríamos llamarlo y ya está, ¿no? Pero bueno, venga. Mapa. No será abajo a la derecha, ¿no? Otra vez, ¿no? Efectivamente, casi. Al medio paso. Es que encima estoy trabajando en la zona oeste, noroeste. No quieres que vaya a la otra putísima punta de la ciudad, tío.
Come on, let's give him a hand. Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Venga.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Venga. Tengo el arma en la mano, ¿eh? Puedo apuntarlo y que se pare. Tiroteo, Flores. Al menos... Hostia, que de gente, ¿no? Me podría haber matado a alguien, ¿verdad?
Throw out the guns.
Uno a la izquierda, otro aquí. Vale, uno menos. Me queda uno más. ¿Qué es aquí, coño? Dios. Pensaba que se había tirado por atrás.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. Nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
O sea que el otro también era un jodido. Parece que el Arnett también era un jodido ladrón, ¿eh?
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
O puede ser una tercera. Con pinche de blanco. Ok. Vale. ¿Lugares? Bueno, puede que no sea Arnett, porque se dijo que el asesinato de Juliet se realizó con 2 personas. ¿Vale? ¿Y quién coño es Willy ahora? O sea, ¿cómo sacamos información de ese pavo? ¿De dónde la saco? ¿Me invento o qué? Qué bien está todo ambientado, ¿eh? Joder. Madre mía. Qué arte tengo, coño. Comisaria, a 6:30 de la tarde.
We caught up with Mao. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc.
He worked burglaries with a big guy, goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
Guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
It could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Bueno.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
Vale, esa gente no tiene ni ordenador en la época, o sea que...
Thanks.
Vaya putada.
Is the cigarette case on there?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
Anillo de zafiro negro.
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Eso se lo regaló entonces. ¿Qué más hay por ahí? Ya beberle y a ¿Hay más? Anillo de perlas.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cat.
Joder, chaval. ¿Más? No creo, ¿no? Un momento. Señor y señora Cohen. Ah, vale, a esa gente se le robó, ¿no? Vale. No será eso también, ¿no?
Seems Julia wasn't the first board
Madre
society girl to have
mía.
your bennies in that pillbox.
Todo. Hijo de puta. La casa de Evestron. Si era Evestron. Lista de contrabando. Vale. Un momentillo. Porque quiero, antes de interrogarlo... Ah, no, perdón. Pensaba que tenía que venir aquí a interrogar a alguien. No, residencia de Evestron. Vale. Vamos a preguntarle a las personas que viven en esa dirección. De Beverly Evestron, víctima de robo. Eso. Acerca del caso del robo. O sea, si conocía a alguien o si...
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy.
What are you doing?
Perdón. Bueno, sigue hablando, me venga.
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
Pues eso. A ver
a
si...
hopped up model, a cat, and a circus freak. Only in L.A.
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar?
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
La verdad es que el tío no es muy agradable. Pero bueno. A veces es bueno. Fuera de aquí. Fuera, todo el mundo, fuera todo el mundo. Eso, vamos a la casa de esta. O de este. A ver qué nos dice acerca del caso. Del robo que tuvo. O sea que son dos. El Jules Blanc, Willy. Y el que mueve todos los objetos robados es el Arre y se queda con la panza, ¿no? La cosa es que es 100% está a tomar por culo, Joder. Aquí. Vaya casoplón. Vaya casoplón.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions.
El rollo, ya estaba...
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
43.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Lista de objetos robados.
To us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth
¿Me está mintiendo?
$25,000.
$25,000.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
Tengo el valor de la pitillera. 10.000.
We recovered the
Bien.
cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you
Joder con la
satisfied?
vieja. Me cago en la puta.
My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
¿El novio de la hija? ¿Quién coño es esa entonces?
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Duda, ¿no?
I get the sense that you're worried about something, Mrs. Eastrom.
I have already received the insurance claim, Detective. Is there any way we could keep the return of these items discreet?
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives.
La mamona
What is going
esta.
on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some
O sea que el
of the
marido
things
está
that
aquí
were
implicado
stolen, Donna.
What did you
100%,
find?
vaya.
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Sí. Ey, vamos a la Julia. La primera vez que tenemos un acompañante. El apartamento de Arnett. Aquí. Al lío. Y como no, estará en la otra putísima punta.
Missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglary.
Eso seguro.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
Put a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Se lo ha dicho. No. A ver. Pero no te paras ahí en medio, hombre. Uf. Es que tendría que ir con la sirena, pero es que no la soporto. Yo puedo. Bien. Por ahí no puedo. Por ahí tampoco. Vale. Vaya recta, mamón. Joder. Bueno. Vale, ahí va. Bueno, cómo se está poniendo el caso, El Arnett este cada vez es más sospechoso de lo que ya era. Ahí va. Uy. Claro que al LeBlanc no le podemos hacer nada porque claramente está muerto. Y hay que descubrir el tal ese Willy. Claro, ha dicho de que el hijo de... O sea, el marido de su hija se sorprendió más que ella. Que la propia vieja, cuando le robaron el objeto ese, ¿no? De gran valor. Mi pregunta... ¿Por dónde coño estoy cogiendo? Mi pregunta es... ¿ese robo lo organizó el Arnett? ¿O simplemente a uno de los... de la banda se le fue la putísima mano? Uf. La pava se tiene que estar quedando como... Dime, ¿quién coño son estos dos y por dónde están cogiendo? A ver, apartamento de Arnett. Las 7:30 de la tarde.
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé really is.
A ver qué encontramos, tú.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Ok.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Y eso que no le han dicho todavía que su marido se va a México mañana. Uy. ¡Hostias!
Stop!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on, put your hands in the air.
¿En serio? ¿Han matado a Arnett? ¿De verdad? ¿O este es Arnett? Corre, coño. No, este tiene toda la pinta de ser Willy, ¿no?
Give it up, LAPD.
No me vaya. ¿Qué coño? ¿Qué ha pasado?
Don't make me chase you.
Pero... ¿y esas cosas por qué me pasan a mí?
Stop or I will shoot.
No, no te caigas. Cago en la puta madre que parió, que perdió el sombrero. Sí, sí, corre, corre. No. Vale, ahora sí. La que me va a pegar. ¿Qué ha pasado? Ah, perfecto. Ah, que no lo han matado.
Good, Phelps. Yeah, he really packs a wallop.
How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around too. He's all hopped up.
Te pensaba que le habían matado.
Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Investiga la casa de Arnett, del tirolís. Del tirón. ¿Periódico? Ah, no.
Nothing significant.
No, pero parece robado, ¿no? La verdad. ¿Qué coño hace esta gente con un abanico? O sea... Vale, vamos por partes. ¿Qué coño es? ¿Una linterna? Qué feo. Sandía, un casito para mí, ¿no? Perdón. Joder, ya me he salido de la alfombra. Ahora. Ahora. ¿Periódico? No, tío. Estoy obsesionado con encontrar los periódicos, Vale, aquí ya hemos estado, aquí también. Esto no se puede abrir. El dormitorio.
Incidental.
¿Esto qué coño es? Ah, nada. Nada más por aquí. Siguiente habitación. No, esta es la salida, coño. Y no hemos encontrado nada. Pues sí, ¿no? Algo me estoy dejando, ¿no? Un momento. Un momento. Ah. Pues no. ¿Dónde me estoy dejando las cosas? Que no lo veo. La maleta, ¿no? Ay, te pillamos con el viaje a México, perro.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Y no responde la nota, ok. ¿Y este reloj tan bonito de quién coño es?
Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry. A graduation present from
Sí,
my
una polla.
parents.
El regalo de graduación, dice el pavo, a ver. Ya está, ya. Ya ni más, ¿no? ¿O sí? No. Roy, ¿ya hemos terminado?
Any ideas?
Get his story. Let's see Henry talk
Vale,
his way
ahora
out
sí.
of this with Heather in the room.
Red profesional de robos.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Mentira.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, detective?
Pues también es verdad. A ver, ¿cómo digo yo que este pavo estaba en una red? Lista de objetos robados en los últimos 12 meses. Esto no es. Hostias. La lista de contrabando de los últimos 12 meses. Voy a dar la duda, ¿no? No tengo nada que incrimine, ¿no? A este pavo con el grupo de del robo, ¿no? Voy a dar la duda. Porque esto no tiene nada que ver. Esto es lo que hemos utilizado antes con la
Won't
otra.
let me leave until we finish this, detective. So you'd best get on with it.
Tú cállate. La lista de contrabando no tiene sentido, ¿no? Esto no tiene sentido, o sea... Voy a dar la duda.
Like I made a mistake. We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Miss Swanson might be gullible enough to believe your story, Arnett, but I'm not buying. You're involved in a burglary scam, and so was Julia Randall.
Al final era la
I'm
licha.
a legitimate businessman. I can't speak for Julia.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
Me da a mí que aquí todos son mentira, pero es que no tengo pruebas suficientes, ¿no?
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
A ver, ¿qué pasa si le mentira?
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Pero hemos encontrado el billete.
Have you told Miss Swanson Johnson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Realmente... Ah, identidad del señor Henderson, es verdad.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Si le doy a mentira.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
No conservo una lista. ¿Lista? Yo qué sé, de perdidos al río.
Your first burglary was Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia.
Vaya, vaya,
She could get him to
vaya.
do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
El traje de reo. Vale, vale, vale. Muy bien. A por el putísimo médico. Pero bueno. Pero bueno.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop.
A ver, antes de quiero volver a leer el diario. Un segundo. No, ¿cómo era? Aquí. Diario. Dice... ¿Quiero explicar su implicación o lo hago yo? Henderson es Stoneman. Estaba loco por Julia. Ella le obligaba a hacer lo que se le antojase. Daba fiesta y nosotros organizábamos los robos. Julia nunca dejó que le tocase. Pero siempre le daba esperanzas. Casi vuelve loco al buen doctor. Mira que ha tenido robos. Con el buen doctor. Suárez. Vale. Quizá el Henderson fue el que... ¿Me puedo mover ya o no? El que le dio... la droga a los dos.
The wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
Should have never told you that.
Ahí te la debo. Ahí te la he dado, Boxeador. Vale, pues nada. No me acuerdo de qué ascensor, de qué planta era, pero yo paso. Yo hago por aquí y del tirón me subo.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better.
Y sin puntos, Good old times.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, doctor.
Te pillamos, perro.
I'm so glad you came.
Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
O sea que la fiesta la daba este pavo con toda la gente de...
You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Didn't see that coming.
Hostia. La madre del cordero. Por suerte no se ha tirado mi coche. Operadora. Han pasado cosas. Hostia.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices
O
of Dr.
sea,
Harold Stoneman,
el médico
1646
organizaba las fiestas con toda la gente de dinero, invitaba a Julia y a los otros dos junto con el Arnett para coordinar los robos y tal. Y el viejo este no se llevaba ni un duro, pero simplemente lo hacía porque quería a la pava. Y ahora no me he enterado de nada. Ah, claro, el pavo que me ha pegado la hostia. Para encontrar ahora mismo necesito que acuda al forense, vale, en camino al detective tiene un mensaje, el detective Bukowski dice que el sospechoso se llama Wilson Willy el Lobo, ex luchador. Su último domicilio conocido es un edificio de la esquina de Hollywood con Bain. El detective Bukowski le espera allí. Perfecto. Podemos dejar a Roy fumándose 3 papeles y yo me voy con Bukowski. Podría haber un viajecillo rápido hacia el coche, pero bueno. A menos que aquí haya una conversación.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
I've got friends for the exam.
Thank God I didn't park there.
Literal, lo que yo he dicho. Al apartamento de Willy. Rapidín. Quiero hacer hambre. Ah, pero está aquí al lado. What? Joder. Y por favor, no detengamos a la gente al lado de una ventana, gracias. Apartamento de Willy.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find the game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this out of the street.
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Coño. Joder. Venga, hombre. Venga, rápido, 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 rápido. ¿Y si le disparo desde aquí? Bueno, bueno, bueno. Bueno, 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 bueno. En verdad no quiero matarlo porque digo, ¿y si le mato y doy por la misión por perdida? Venga, vamos. Está arriba, ¿no? Ha subido, mierda. Sí, sí, tú quédate mirando. Así se llega lejos, de luego. ¿Dónde está el pavo?
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
Vale, pues me lo cargaré. Bueno, bueno, bueno el boxeador, macho. No tiene mucho sentido. Otro que se cae.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Leah had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Vaya manera de felicitar, ¿no? Informe del caso. Solo me ha faltado una pista y he fallado 4 preguntas. Julia Randall vivió rápido, murió joven, mandó un hombre a prisión y otros 3 a la tumba. Sí. Ha muerto el médico, los 2 que la mataron y el otro lo han mandado a la cárcel. Dañado vehículo, $1.800. Y 3 estrellas. Ni tan mal. Siguiente y quién sabe si último caso. Oh, videíto. Me encantan los videos. Pero bueno.
We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill. That's one of our 50 cows still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting. It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
Hostias.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Not a scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole! Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name? Lieutenant Phelps, sir. I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to First Lieutenant.
Claro, y todo el mundo lo ve mal porque simplemente se ha quedado en agujero. La verdad es que no sé cómo el pavo ha vuelto cuerdo a la ciudad, ¿eh? Joder, lo que tuvieron que vivir. Destino manifiesto. ¿Eh? ¿Cuánto fuego llevo hoy?
Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
2 of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes.
¿Cómo ya?
Appears we didn't get all of it.
Okay.
I didn't want to
arrest the kid, boy.
So I gave him a dusting he wouldn't forget.
Oye, aquí no estará... No.
God damn it. Just can't seem to put this morphine to sleep.
A saber la cantidad que han movido, macho. Y un juez muerto.
Everyone has their vices. Even you, Phelps.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out.
Por primera vez encuentro la salida a la primera. Eso, a saber la cantidad de morfina que se ha movido, eh. Voy a poner el calentador porque hace un pelín de frío. Algo leí, ¿no? De que en España iba a caer como una helada. Ahora. Vámonos.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job. There's a change in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know we'll get swept up in a thing like that.
Any central unit of 484 just occurred.
¿Dónde? Qué pereza, de verdad.
3155 West 4th Street. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Si me cambian de departamento o de comisaría a otra. Derby. No sé lo que es. Y me llevan al otro lado de la ciudad, entonces cogeré llamada, tío. Porque si no, que me tiro más tiempo haciendo llamadas que resolviendo casos, tío.
Homicide guys are already inside.
Drakowski.
Hombre.
Phelps. Back again. We're here about the morphine. Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine.
I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
2 musicians, Biddleston and Bowe. And get this, they used to be in a 4-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD'd.
Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
Joder. Esto no es nada. ¿En serio tengo que investigarlo para que se quite la musiquita? Venga. 1, 2. Y ya está.
When you're ready to have a civil
Vaya putísima masacre. Joder.
Holy cow. It's gotta be something big, right?
Ahí está la cámara. Prueba B. Momento. Prueba B. Prueba C y la A. ¿La A dónde? Quizás sobre el cuerpo este de aquí.
Never the same, are they?
Sí. Vale, un segundín que siga revisando más cosillas. Uy. ¿Y esto?
Army surplus again. McGoldrick must have been moving contraband through the club.
Por eso tenía tanto dinero como para comprar el club. Ok. Vale, entendible. Y armas también. Joder, la que se llevó, macho.
These look brand new. Never fired. Haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
Is this guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them?
Ah, vale, que hay que pillar en la caja también.
Dozen packs to a carton. 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Vale. Aquí no hay nada, ¿no? Esa puerta no creo que se abra. Vamos a joder un momentillo por el pasillo. No, eso no es nada. A ver si por aquí hay algo. Mira, aquí está el otro muerto. La prueba de.
They didn't even try to crack the safe.
Qué raro, ¿no? Sería un ajuste de cuenta y ya está. Vale, una pregunta. ¿Personas? Hay McGoldrick, ex marino dueño del club. Vale, ¿y el otro? Músico de jazz y víctima del tiroteo. ¿Y Bowie? Músico de jazz y víctima del tiroteo. Entonces son 3 muertos, ¿no? O sea, es este. Este y aquel, ¿no? Vale, ok. Y este, vale, ok. Y entonces esto, coño, es.
Well maintained. Custom case. Someone cared for this instrument.
Otra vez igual como la otra vez, ¿no? O sea, primero era.
What's that click?
No. Quería coger este de aquí.
Neat trick. Case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Para meterse de todo, ¿no? ¿Y este ticket? Blue Room. Investiguen el Blue Room.
Follow up on the musician angle. He kept his stash close at hand.
Morfina. Pues ya estaría. Vale, vamos por los cuerpos. Primero de los músicos y después del McGregory. No sé, no me acuerdo cómo se llama. Beatlestone. A ver. ¿Tenía algo en la mano? No le han robado nada. La otra. Uy, perdón, le he dado sin querer al botón derecho. No, nada. A ver, en la chaqueta. Morfina. Solución de lactato y morfina. Vale, o sea que el McGregory llevaba tráfico de tabaco.
We have a new source, or is this coming from what's left in circulation?
Tabaco.
Army surplus morphine, army surplus weapons, army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Sí. ¿Pueden ser 2 bandas, rollo, que se estén disputando la venta de la morfina? Aquí. Ah, no tiene nada. Vale, hecho. Porque si fuera un atraco, claramente se llevarían el dinero y en plan... De todo, ¿no? Vamos por el otro.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Ah, aquí no puedo investigar nada. Ok. Un mensaje claro a quién si no han dejado vivo a nadie. ¿Serán al resto de clanes o de bandas por ahí? Vamos a por la última. ¿No puedo investigarlo tampoco? Ahora.
Bad luck, Eddie. Okinawa couldn't kill you, but knowing the wrong people in this city.
Lucky. Aquí nada, tampoco te han robado nada. Uy. La cabeza nada. En la otra mano supongo que tampoco tiene nada. Y a ver, ¿qué tenía aquí en el chaleco? La cartera. No, aquí tampoco tiene nada. Aquí tampoco. Qué raro. Vale, voy a preguntarle a Roy si ya hemos terminado con el tema de las pistas.
Find anything interesting?
No, esto no es. Toma, Crash. Pero bueno. Pero ¿por qué me pasan a mí esas cosas? La verdad es que vaya dita de hoy, ¿eh? 4 o 5 bugs. Ahora un crash. Joder. Madre mía. A ver. A saber dónde se ha guardado, ¿eh? Pereza máxima. Esperar a que el programa responda. Madre mía, ¿cómo está esto? ¿Cómo está el barrio? Vale. Un segundito que ya está arrancando. Vale, voy a cambiar aquí y aquí. Y voy a ver si sale el OBS ya. Pues muy bien, macho. Esperemos que haya sido algo puntual y que no que cada vez que pase por ahí se me rompa el juego. Tiene toda pinta de ser algo puntual, vaya. Es que tampoco hayamos hecho nada de otro mundo. Que si no manifiesto. A ver. Madre, cómo tarda en cargar el puto juego.
Bukowski. Phelps. Back again. We're here about the morphine. Over by the bandstand.
Mira, me voy por dos
See what's left
bombones.
of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick. 26, former Marine.
I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
2 musicians, Biddleston and Bow. And get this, they used to be in a 4-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD'd.
Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
He encontrado gomitas.
Never the same, are they?
Y también he encontrado un juego que no guarda. Joder.
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try again.
Well-maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument. What's that click?
Uy. Yo también soy tontado, no te voy a mentir. ¿Este? Ahí va.
Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet. We should follow up on the musician angle. He kept his stash close at hand.
Lo que no entiendo, lo del Blue Room. O sea, si han venido del Club 111, ¿qué relación hay ahora con el Blue Room? Pase para un músico para el Club de Jazz Blue Room. Pues muy bien. Oye, aquí yo no he investigado. Ah, no, pues menos mal. Un segundito. Que había que investigar todo, chaval, también. Madre mía.
Army surplus again. McGoldrick must have been moving contraband through the club.
Fuck.
Dozen packs to a carton. 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
Y el arma también.
These look brand new. Never fired. They haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
This guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're BARs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get three?
También de paso, que era aquí.
Do we have a new source, or is this coming from what's left in circulation? Army surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was lifted from that ship.
Vale, yo no puedo guardar, ¿no? No, es que no puedo guardar, no me deja. Tengo que hacerlo... ahora. Tiene que ser que pase algo importante.
Bad luck, Eddie. Okinawa couldn't kill you, but knowing the wrong people in this city.
Ah, y ese no tenía nada. Vale. Por favor, vamos tranquilitos,
You catch all the good ones, Phelps.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into him. Certainly sends a message.
Vamos tranquilitos. Vamos a preguntarle a Roy tranquilamente.
I'm at a loss.
Have a word with the broad when you're ready. Maybe she knows what went down.
Y vamos a hablar con la pava.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
Me parece muy... asustada, ¿no?
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
Claramente me ha mentido. ¿Se voy a dar la mentira?
What's this all about? Is Eddie behind on the VIG?
Eddie paid cash, sugar. I have no idea what enemies he might have had.
Morfina, pase, cigarrillos. Empaquetados para distribuirlos en grandes cantidades. Robo excedente, nada.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what
Cuando
falls
fuimos a
out.
lo de la caja fuerte, no se agregó como pista, por tanto, no es. A ver.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
O sea, claramente sabe algo, pero. O sea, tiene toda la pinta de ser duda porque no tengo ninguna prueba, pero voy a volver a dar la mentira.
What's this all about? Is Eddie behind on the VIG?
Eddie paid cash, sugar. I have no idea what enemies he might have had.
Y no tengo nada. Robo decente, bar, fusil automático, nuevo con número de serie y tal. Cigarrillo. Vamos a dar la duda. No tengo
Don't
nada.
ask, you never find out. You want to level
Muy
with
bien.
me, miss, before we start taking an interest in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
Oh.
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
¿Verdad eso?
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Voy a dar la verdad.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Eddie was in over his head, but he was a decent boss.
Muy bien. Un momento, quiero mirar una cosa. Eddie McGoldrick. Ok. Perfecto. Yo creo que por aquí ya estaría. Simplemente hay que ir a Comisaria. A menos que no hayamos tachado este sitio. Que sí. Pero antes vamos a ir al Blue Room. Un momento, el Blue Room no es...
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you'd think. Young guys...
¡Joder! De verdad, macho. O sea, es que ni he mirado el minimapa. Estaba mirando la conversación. Seguramente que era algo súper importante. ¿Qué habían dicho, tío? Uf, ahora tengo un montón de curiosidad. ¿Tengo que hablar con vosotros o algo? No, no. Vamos a tomar por culo. Sí, ese es el local donde canta la alemana. Ese. ¿Elsa se llama?
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lichtman. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries under Sturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Roy, how about you get a drink while I see to this?
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
Vaya voz tiene, ¿no? Morfina del ejército, si sabes algo.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
Un momento.
People are dying of overdoses.
Estaba fijándome que en Roy
If
iba
you
a la
know
barra y
anything
no
about it,
soy...
you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
Un a darle mentira a ver qué me dice.
Hopheads appear to get a free pass at this club. You all know about the morphine.
And how do you expect to prove that?
Pase para un músico. O sea, un segundo, quiero ver el diario. Hay muchas muertes por sobre. Si sabes algo tienes que decirme, no puedo ayudarte. Mucha gente se droga, no tiene nada de particular. Parece que los junkies tienen carta blanca en el club. Todos sabéis lo de la morfina. ¿Y cómo vas a demostrarlo? A ver, voy a con la otra pregunta.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Víctimas de sobredosis.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't believe you. You knew these men.
And how would you like to prove that, detective?
¿Esto lo relaciona?
You're out of your depths here, detective, and you're asking the wrong questions of the wrong people.
Perfecto. Morfina de
People
éxito,
are
duda.
dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
Boys, take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with you, officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
You're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Colfax.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer.
Cohen? Do you know where to find him?
This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Macambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
¿La va a seguir? Sí. Ahora con Michael Meyer Harris Cohen. Meyer Harris Cohen. ¿Quién es Meyer Harris Cohen? ¡Hostia! Ah, no, que es el taxista, coño. Meyer Harris Cohen. Ah, no, pero espérate, si no es el taxi, es el de allí. Uy, drogado, tío. Oye, ese coche de quién es, me flipa, Leo sin querer al H. Mierda, tío. Joder. No, que no valgo yo para las misiones hechas. Que no. Que no. Madre mía. Vale, quiero mirar un momento el tema de las fichas. Es que no sé quién era el Mayer ese Cohen. ¿No puedo mirarlo ahora? Bueno, pues nada, lo miraré después. qué nos dice la pava esta. Luego no me des. Se ha parado. Venga, 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 macho. Rapidez.
Move in. I risk losing the trail.
Pero me pongo detrás. Va como medio corriendo, ¿no? No, este no está investigando a nadie, ¿no? Hijo de la grandísima puta, tío. Vaya, vaya, vaya.
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
Un momento. Mayor Harris Cohen, que es familiar o algo.
Sirs, Mr.
Ah, vale, que se llama así, vale.
is
Es
this
Mayor, pero llaman Mikey. Ok. Ok.
My acting coach says I have real talent.
Ah, ese es el restaurante que vimos en uno de los periódicos.
We have some questions.
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Iga Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
Cole Phelps. Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid?
Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy? Or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Esperemos que no. Operación de drogas de Finkelstein.
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
¿Qué mentira?
Jack Dragna has you on the run. You're muscling the guys who stole the morphine from the ship.
You calling me a liar, kid? You think you can prove that in court? Huh?
Quizá deberíamos haber ido a la comisaría primero.
Looks like I made a mistake. Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
Aquí me está mintiendo, claramente.
Jack Dragna has you on the run. You're muscling the guys who stole the morphine from the ship.
You calling me a liar, kid? You think you can prove that in court? Huh?
A ver, un segundito. A ver, su cuñado Lenny vendía morfina robada, tenía una tercera parte del cargamento. Sin que andaba metido Lenny. Y ahora no puede ser en fuga. Y usted está presionando a los que robaron la morfina del barco.
It's nothing
Vamos a dar la
personal.
duda.
I'm just doing my job. You understand that? So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit, and I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
¿Y el tiroteo?
I believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolidge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
¿No sabe nada de un tiroteo de verdad?
I think you're lying. I think the 111 Club was your men. I think you're trying to send a message.
I'll send you a message, kid. You better have some proof that that was one of mine, or else you better have health insurance, huh?
No puedo probarlo. No. Duda.
Sorry.
Entonces.
My mistake.
Vale.
You haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D. and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. You have to put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
Oof.
Hey, what's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Esa parte no la estoy entendiendo.
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
¿De Brenda? ¿Pero quién es Brenda? What?
Aren't you supposed to be working
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolidge?
Caldwell and McManus? I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
No sé. ¿A qué se referirá con lo de Brenda? No sé.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
What do you think?
You work with Caldwell,
Harry.
Cole. Go catch up.
You got a minute?
Get the scoop on the
Sure,
investigation.
Cole, anytime.
You been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolidge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
What else was taken apart from the morphine?
Case of BARs, case of Thompsons,
Vaya,
great
vaya,
amount of
vaya.
smokes.
Homicide just recovered 3 BARs and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
A ver. Le echo un vistacillo.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
I've been in this job 20 years. I never fired my gun.
Se cargó en Shanghái y desembarcó en San Pedro todo, ¿no? ¿Entiendo?
I've been in this job 20 years.
Vale.
I never fired my gun. I want to make homicide.
David
You
Henry.
can get that desk.
Courtney
Let's say we
Sheldon,
bust
mira.
in there and find the goddamn evidence. Hey, you think those vice boys get
¿qué era
in
eso?
inside? I need a drink. I got the goddamn jitters again. Hey, I gave his
500,000
wife a
cigarettes
tap.
loose on the
That
streets
shit
of
all's
LA.
fair in love and war.
Christopher Mayoski.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sap. Hey, you think
Los
those vice boys
cigarrillos.
This is the crate we recovered.
inside?
Las armas
Mouthpiece tore
del...
strips off me at the
Esta.
grand jury. Case was thrown out.
Y eran 300 y nada más que hemos recuperado 3.
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club.
Mouthpiece tore strips
Y
off
eso,
me at the grand
enough to arm
jury.
3
Case was
companies.
thrown out. Now the
Some of
DA
these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally shipped home. Kelso, Sheldon, McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every
Hostias.
car. Go!
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Acude al tiroteo en la parada. ¿Será la mafia intentando matar a los que tienen la droga? O sea, la droga, la morfina, o las armas, o lo que sea, o el tabaco, no sé. Vaya lote se han llevado del ejército, ¿no? Al tiroteo. Rápido, venga, vámonos.
All units, officers need help at 1384 North Bronson. 1384 North Bronson, shots fired. Any
Voy.
units to handle identified. Code 3. All units, further on the shooting at 1384 North Bronson. 116 Adam reports the suspect is on the
De
roof
que el
of the
sospechoso está en el tejado del
Office
JW.
building. All units approach with caution.
¿Dónde me he metido?
Units 49 William, 15 Adam, go to 1370 Gordon Street. Establish a perimeter and stand by for further. Any
La
other
veo.
units to respond. Code 3, identify.
Ah, pues mira, hemos llegado. Los subfusiles, ¿no? Dios, bueno, está cargando a todos. Pero cuidado, vamos.
Find a way up there and stop
Vamos a
that
subir
son
y
of a
venga,
bitch,
subimos.
Cole.
Vale, claramente.
All units, officer down at 1384 North Bronson. Ambulances en route. Repeating, all units, officers still need help on Bronson. Approach with extreme
Aquí me va a ver.
LAPD, drop the gun now!
¿Pillo o no lo pillo desde aquí?
Reinforcements are on the way.
Cease and desist.
¡Qué susto me ha pegado!
Move, I got you.
¡Hala! En la bocota. Se ha quedado ahí. Registra el cadáver del francotirador. Un momento, quiero ver el arma. Es una Thompson, ¿no?
It's one of the BARs.
Ah, no, no lo va. ¿Y la munición? Nada. A ver quién coño el nota este. Ruta de 220 consorcio de 12 a 2, Mocambo, mesa 3.
Phone number and restaurant table.
De Hollywood y Sunset, entre las 12 Mocambo, mesa 3. ¿Eh?
I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earl. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And the cops turned up and started treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
Informado del robo de Coleridge.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
Mentira, a ver qué pasa.
I don't believe you, Felix. I've got gunmen blasting away at innocent citizens. This is getting out of hand. Is there something you want to tell me?
I don't appreciate you calling me a liar, detective. You want to prove that I was involved?
Pues... Manifiesto de carga y pasajero del Coleridge. Uff. A ver, un segundito, déjame que mire la otra pregunta. Móvil.
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
Mentira.
The dead guy on the roof works for Mickey Cohen. Why would Cohen want you dead?
Man, I don't know anything about Mickey Cohen or any of those gangsters.
Libreta con datos así. En una nota pone CL234, mesa 3. Vamos a utilizar eso como prueba.
Your name was in the sniper's notebook. Level with me, Felix.
Cohen thinks because we were on the boat, we have the morphine. Courtney's meeting those guys to sort it out.
Courtney Sheldon?
Yeah. You remember Sheldon, don't you, Cole?
Vale. Perfecto. Sexto de Marines, Courtney Sheldon. Y era
you hear
esto.
anything about the big heist on the Coolidge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
Mentira.
I don't believe you, Felix. I've got gunmen blasting away at innocent citizens. This is getting out of hand. Is there something you want to tell me?
I don't appreciate you calling me a liar, detective. You want to prove that I was involved?
Libreta del francotirador no. Manifiesto, a ver.
I'll let it slide this time.
Era duda.
For old time's sake.
We'll be in touch.
You heard that Jack is in LA?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, detective.
Encuentra a Jack Kelso.
He's been under fire before.
You buying a story?
Not for a minute.
Uy, fuerte.
The American Century Broadcasting Company salutes our veterans and reminds you to check with your local real
Vale, por aquí. No coja el coche.
reserved for our soldiers. Home's beginning.
Hay que llamar por aquí. Entiendo que habrá que preguntar por Jack Kelso.
Phelps, 1247.
Al final nos reunimos todos, ¿eh?
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro Avenue, Hollywood.
Thank you.
Ok. Voy a mirar. Comisaría de Hollywood. Todavía sigo queriendo ir allí.
Jack was a company sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
It won't work. He's a tough customer.
Esos dos como que se llevaban mal, ¿no? En plan, como que Kelso era verdaderamente un líder que gestionaba las cosas en función del momento y Phelps era como muy tajante independientemente de lo que pasara. Apartamento de Kelso, las 2:15 de la tarde.
Hello, Jack. This is Detective Roy Earl.
Hello, Cole.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you'd come downtown with us. Do you mind?
Do I have any choice?
No. You don't.
Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
It would be better for all of us if we discussed it at the station.
Bad move, Cole.
How have you been, Jack?
Cut the crap. You pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
Madre mía, la relación de estos dos. A ver, morfina del ejército.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
Mentira, ¿no? Porque sabemos lo del vídeo que pasó y tal, o sea...
Jack, you know about the morphine. You weren't involved, but you know who is.
You can't prove what I know and what I don't know, Cole. This is going nowhere.
A ver, sexto de marines. Los soldados del sexto de marines se han relacionado con el robo de morfina. Ah, podemos utilizar eso.
It's like I made a mistake.
A ver, un segundo.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
Ah, perdón.
Jack, you know about the morphine. You weren't involved, but you know who is.
You can't prove what I know and what I don't know, Cole. This is going nowhere.
Utilizamos esto como prueba. Los soldados del sexto de marines se han relacionado con el robo de morfina.
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that?
Él me está mintiendo, soy seguro.
Do you know that there's a gang war going
¿Sabes
on
que hay
in
una
LA
guerra de
trying to
bandas
recover
en Los
that
Ángeles
stolen
para
morphine?
recuperar la morfina robada?
That has nothing to
No
do
tengo
with
nada
me.
que ver. Vamos a dar la duda.
I'm sure it would be gripping to hear more of your life story, boys, but the truth is, I don't give a fuck. You were on the boat, Kelso. What happened?
Do you really think a bunch of Marines could muscle in on the dope rackets in this town? Between the Vice Squad and the mob, I hear it's pretty sewn up.
You'd better watch your mouth.
Ex-Marine McGoldrick.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
Duda también. Eso me pasa por no darle primera mentira.
Not really.
Más robadas.
You heard that a crate of BARs went missing?
No, I didn't.
You're not a good liar, Jack. I know you want to help your guys, but this has gone too far.
If you believe I had anything to do with the theft of the BARs, or the morphine for that matter, I suggest you produce some evidence.
Fusil automático robado de excedentes del ejército. Sexto del marine. Están robados con el robo de morfina. Pero estamos hablando del bar. Dentro del ejército de los muelles. Manifiesto de carga y pasajeros. Valor robados. Vamos a darle a esto.
I've had enough of this. You're wasting my time.
Joder, tío.
What do you know about the Army surplus robbery from the Coolidge, Jack?
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
Aquí sí que puedo utilizar la prueba
I don't believe you, Jack. You were there. You were either involved or you know who is.
You calling me a liar, Cole? I hope you have something to back that up. I won't let you hide behind your rank any longer.
El sexto de marine está tras el robo del... Ah, no, espérate un momento. Esto. Pero esto no muestra... A ver, un segundo, quiero ver el diario. ¿Qué sabes del robo de excedentes del ejército de Coolidge, Jack? Sé que en 3 ocasiones habrías muerto si no llegase por mí. No te creo, Jack, estuviste allí. Me llamo mentiroso, ¿cómo espero que tengas pruebas que respalden esa afirmación? No voy a dejar que vuelvas a acordarte del rango. Robo de excedentes de Coolidge. No sé nada del robo. Voy a dar la duda.
If you don't ask, you never find out. People
Vale,
are
bien.
dying because morphine intended to help servicemen is being used on the street. Now we have guys from our old unit being killed by mobsters. We can put 2 and 2 together, Jack.
Gratitude isn't a concept that has much effect on you, is it, Cole?
Answer the question, Jack. Let's get this over with.
I was interviewed when the robbery took place. I don't have anything further to add.
Jack,
2 de 4.
just want information.
Bullshit, Cole. Did you seriously believe that dragging me down here would get me to give up my own guys? You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm going to be working on it and keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780
¿Otro
West
tiroteo?
Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
Another name from the manifest?
Se nos está yendo de las manos.
Friends of yours are gonna get plugged today.
A la mierda. Por poner la sirena.
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time, you leave it to me. I know how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
Es aquí. ¿Y dónde está el tiroteo?
They just walked up and shot the man.
Coño.
2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him.
No, no. ¿Por
It's
qué?
no good. We need to get closer.
Ah, se la ha volado con el sombrero.
Hit him! Clear this asshole off the road. I can't hit a target that isn't there, fellas.
Voy. Joder.
Get in close and steer him off the tar. I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
Coche es una mierda, tío.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer.
Buah, es que se va, tío. Qué malo. Es horrible.
I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
Perfecto. Yo voy a hacer así, alcanza. Ya, tomar. A ver, por culo ya, tío, el puto coche. Quiero un coche de verdad, tío. Me cago en la puta madre de Roy. Como odio ese coche. Escenario del crimen en el callejón. Vale, un segundito. Las armas. Mickey's Meeting. De Mickey no en el vídeo. Sheldon. 45 años. Nunca por ahí. ¿Matado a Sheldon?
Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
Ah, no, que va a ver si con. Uf. Momento. Pero eso ya ha pasado, ¿no? En los periódicos que vimos. ¿O es una segunda reunión? No. ¡Ah! Tienen una copia de los Christopher Majeski. Hostias, chaval. McColdry está muerto de esta mañana del club. El Christopher lo han matado ahora. Queda Beckett, Discord, Higgins, Connolly.
An LAPD file. We have a traitor in our midst.
Yep.
All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them.
Todos los implicados. Madre mía.
We need to get to those guys fast, otherwise there'll be no case.
Vamos a probar. ¿Y el otro? Periódico, te pillé. Ice Scandal. El antivicio puede llegar hasta lo más alto. ¿Cómo?
We have to look at damage limitation. We can't allow that strumpet Brenda Allen to bring down the whole administration.
We've got to put a lid on the press. Can't someone talk to Harry over at the Times?
It's too late. The Times would look ridiculous if we dropped the story now.
Who is this Stoker?
Stoker's a lily-white. Nothing that will fix this in the short term.
My law and order credentials are disappearing as we speak.
Can we get Brenda to leave town?
Yes, we can, but she won't go quietly. Brenda has extensive records.
Can she at least lay low?
That's already been taken care of.
Mayor? District Attorney?
Who is this guy? And what does he want, Horrell?
The name's Roy Earl, detective, administrative vice.
Aren't you one of the clowns that got us into this mess?
Oh, I think that the orders regarding Brenda come down, not up, Mayor. I have a human interest story. It involves a certain LAPD cop, a hero from the war, who has let his beautiful wife and kids down, who has betrayed America for a German junkie whore, who has abandoned his pledge to the LAPD and his commitment to the public. We all serve. Could be all over the papers by tomorrow. And you would be off the hook.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a fellow officer.
Qué hijo de la grandísima puta, chaval. Es que nunca me cayó bien. ¿A ese no lo investigamos? Bueno, pues nada. Me van a vender, o sea, ¿qué coño ha pasado? O sea, ¿qué es lo de Brenda? O sea, ¿algún escándalo? A ver, ¿dónde empieza? Aquí. Entre nosotros han puesto precio a la cabeza. Con Phelps. No, esto no es. Tenemos que atrapar a esos tíos, no quedes sin caso. Aquí. Tenemos que controlar los daños. Donald Sandler. No puede ser que esa ramera de Brenda Allen se cargue a la administración en pleno. Hay que controlar a la prensa. ¿No puede hablar alguien con Harry del Times? Ya es tarde. El Times haría el ridículo si abandonáramos la noticia. ¿Quién es Stoker? Stoker es intachable. No hay nada que podamos aprovechar. Mi reputación de hombre de ley se está yendo al garete. ¿Podemos hacer que Brenda se vaya? Sí, pero no por las buenas. Brenda tiene pruebas incriminatorias. No puede esconderse. De eso ya nos hemos ocupado. Roy, alcalde, fiscal. ¿Quién es este tipo? Me llamo Roy. Uno de los payasos que lo ha metido en salir. Las órdenes relacionadas con Brenda venían de arriba, no de abajo. Pero tengo una historia de interés humano. Un policía acabando las sugerencias y otros están echando con una zorra alemana que parte de su lamento policial. No le servimos. Me va a incriminar. Me va a meter con lo del tema de la morfina. Porque yo estaba en ese mismo cuerpo, ¿no? En el sexto.
Taking out all the guys from the ship.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
They obviously don't know who has the morphine, and they're waiting for someone to crack.
Cine. El cine. Ah, que ¿dónde estaba el otro compañero, no? Puede ser. A ver, esto ya se está volviendo engorroso, ¿eh? Puede ser este el último caso. ¿Antidice? Muy guay, edificio Max Factor. Estoy súper lejos de subir de nivel, ¿eh? Cada vez cuesta un montón de más. Este nivel es jodido de subir. Y es que apenas tengo puntos de... ¡Hostia! Ahí lo tengo. Cuidado el sonido.
Getting close. Steer him off the tar.
Oh, Dios mío.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Madre mía, qué nivel de conducción, que lo mata.
It's no good. We need to get closer.
Dios santo bendito, qué ruido.
Getting close. Steer him off the tar. I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
Ya, hombre.
I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down.
Madre mía, cómo se ha bugueado el ruido de la ametralladora.
Put your hands in the air.
¿Y el otro? Ahí va. Buah, pues se han cargado a otro compañero, ¿eh? No llegamos a tiempo. Uf, menos mal. Hombre, pero si estás calvo, Roy. Estás medio calvete, ¿eh? Los vicios. A la otra dirección que nos queda. Creo que era Correos o algo así era. Correos de Hollywood. Madre mía, cómo se está poniendo todo esto, tío. A ver, está muy cerca. Carajo, ¿no? Uy, pues ni tan mal, ¿eh? ¿Y dónde estoy? ¿Dónde estoy? ¿Dónde estoy? Bueno, ya lo pillo y ya está, tío. Yo creo que estoy cerca. Ah, mira, estoy aquí, ¿no? No. Lo pillo, lo pillo. Lo pillo, lo pillo. Se me va. Y aun consiguiendo esta misión y aunque me dé los 15 puntos de experiencia y tal, estoy súper lejos del nivel 17. Que digo yo que sabiendo lo difícil que es subir de nivel, en vez de un punto de experiencia, 2 de experiencia. Hostia. Pero no te para ahí en medio, tío. Que me podrían dar 2 puntos, ¿no? Aunque sea, tío. Ah, ya voy, ya voy, ya voy. Hacía tiempo que no hacíamos uno, también te digo. Confidentes.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. What's going on here?
This joker was trying to tail one of our patrons inside.
I'm a reporter, you idiot! I'm doing a feature for the Examiner, and that patron I was following is a red under investigation by the feds.
Where is he now?
The parking lot. His is the blue Talbot. Say, how about an exclusive when you bring him back?
Shove off. You won't be filing your story today. I'll check this out.
A red, huh? Sneaky bastard. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
A ver. Vaya cochazo hay aquí, ¿no?
LAPD, sir. Can I have a word?
Uy, yo cojo este.
Well, that's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one.
He's not getting away that easily.
Uy, cómo suena, papá. Y lo que acelera, ¿Pero le tengo que dar o qué? Es súper bonito el coche. Pero, hombre... Bueno. Si no había muerto... Cuando he pasado por encima de él...
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps. Step on it, huh? Just get me a little closer. I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
Pero si le he metido 20, tío, ¿quieres apuntar otra vez?
It's no good. We need to get closer.
Me cago en la puta madre que parió. Lo ha pillado, lo ha pillado. Eso, quédate ahí en medio.
This is harassment. Understand? My politics are nobody's goddamn business but my own.
Sombrero, Roy. ¿Me puedo quedar con el coche? ¿Me puedo quedar con el coche? Porfa, porfa, porfa. Y una mierda para mí. Bueno, solamente me han matado a alguien. Y estamos ahí. pasa nada. Recto. A correos de Hollywood. Madre mía. ¿Cuántos son? Ah, uno menos. Mierda. Rápido.
You're covered, Phelps.
Vale. Joder, cómo se ha puesto el nota ese, ¿no? ¿Qué tiene en la mano? ¿Está vivo?
Tell Courtney. Bad luck. It was worth a try. It was worth a try.
God.
Merecía la pena intentarlo. Fábrica de hielo, Kingston, director general.
Polar Bear Ice Company. You really did it. Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be rich. Wouldn't you risk it?
La otra mano que tiene, no habrá nada, ¿no? No. Vamos a registrarle la chaqueta. Joder. La chaqueta. Ah, que no se puede. Pues nada. Nada.
Help me out.
Your other dead war buddy. You check his pockets too?
¿Mi otro compañero?
They weren't even his
¿Dónde?
prints, and he
Ah,
still
aquí.
confessed.
¿Qué es esto? En Sheldon. Las Palmas, esta noche.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him.
No tiene nada. Vale.
Juski, Beckett, Goldrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why did they get wrapped up in this thing?
Por dinero.
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Punto de reunión.
This isn't looking good. I feel like the fat kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
Punto de reunión las 9:15.
Light them up.
All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
El otro.
On the roof, Cole, nail him! Throw out the guns.
Uno menos.
Keep moving, I'll cover you.
¿Esto es de cuando la reunión o cómo?
I'm wide open here.
Madre mía, ¿cuántos son? Tú quédate ahí quieto.
making a run for it after them.
Sí, hombre. Ahí te di. Madre mía.
I'm gonna put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that hill.
KGPL to Car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route.
Qué cachondo. A ver, Courtney Sheldon, ¿qué pasa contigo? Tenemos algo por aquí. ¿Y la comisaría? Lugares. Comisaría. Comisaría. Por eso no estaba tachado. Claro, yo entiendo que la morfina la tiene o él o el doctor. Y se está encargando a todos los de la compañía. Busca de ver quién la tiene. Ah, esa hijo esta.
Roy.
Coño.
In my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap.
No buts. This is more important.
Vamos a ver. Es lo que se ha metido, ¿sabes? ¿Dónde está?
You're in interview too, Phelps.
There's a
Está
quack
con
in
un
there.
curandero. ¿Cómo?
What gives?
Beats me. Word came down from the chief. Said it was okay.
El 2 aquí. Oh, vale,
Sheldon.
vale.
Is this your attorney?
No, detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir?
You stole the morphine from the Coolidge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation. I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. It leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
A la mentira, a ver.
You're lying, Courtney. The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
Confesión de Beckett.
Jack isn't scared of you, Phelps. None of us were. We just followed your orders.
Madre mía, tío. Qué cantidad de preguntas erróneas y todo porque es que no tengo puntos y cada vez todo es más interesado, tío.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Voy a volver a utilizar la confesión de Beckett, venga. O esto. Ya que sé.
Beckett had a message for
Mira,
you
aquí
before
ha
he
acertado.
died. Bad luck. It was worth a try.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps. He was a hard charger. Those guys deserve more. I don't blame them for taking their shot.
Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You were Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office, now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty, pending a fitness review.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, Phelps. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you were.
Ahora me van a hacer lo de la mierda esa, ¿no? Qué hijos de la grandísima puta. Se está complicando el juego, ¿eh? Vayas preguntas me hacen. O sea, es que las preguntas, las respuestas, tantísimas pruebas.
You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on here?
You're suspended, Phelps. Hand over your badge and gun.
What is going on here?
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures, lad.
¿Qué ha pasado?
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children, consorting with the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot. The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Me han vendido, tío. Qué panda de cabrones. Ahora está en mi casa, ¿no?
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie. Can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Buah, chaval. Vaya mierdón. Pero ¿y entonces cómo vamos a seguir con el caso? Ah, que ya. A pesar de las guerras de la mafia y los atracos sin resolver, una historia monopolizará todas las portadas. Tu trabajo te ha valido para una destitución. Me trasladan a incendio. Comisaría de Wilshire. Madre del amor hermoso. ¿Y qué va a pasar entonces con la morfina? Con Courtney Sheldon, Jack Kelso, el doctor ese que parece que lo único que quiere es la droga. Lo único que la quiere la droga para sí mismo. O sea, la quiere el doctor, la comisaría para retirarla de las calles, la mafia. Bueno, yo. El instalador de gas. Ajá.
Okay, everyone, keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today.
Hostia,
How'd
chaval,
you
me
like
conozco.
porking that German whore, Phelps? Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps. Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs. Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine. Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
Me han dado otro Roy.
There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long, then. Start with these two. House fires. 326 South Kenmore Avenue. Steffen's family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, Detective. Now get out of here. Both of you. Get out!
Hey, do you think those Vice boys get any on the side?
Pues vaya mierda cómo ha girado el juego, ¿no? Yo es que ni me acordaba, de hecho. ¿No?
Put him down in my sap.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it if you can get that desk.
You look like you were a big pain in the neck. Now I
Ni soy famoso, ni
Watch the Hammond
tengo...
Galahad fight. It's a mess that was. Anyway, that's the cop who caught the guy.
A ver qué cosa me han dado. Madre, la tartana esta verde. La tartana verde la voy a llamar. Bueno. ¿Y el mapa entonces ahora dónde estoy? Esto es Wilshire. Ah, no, pero todavía puedo... Central. Bueno. Vaya mierdonaco, tío. Me han mandado el putísimo desierto de mitad de no sé dónde.
How long have you been working arson? We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so. Feeling down, hotshot? Need a buddy? I'll look somewhere else.
So this is how it's going to be, partner?
I already told you, I don't do partners. I seen you on your first day, hero, walking into the station with your chest puffed out like a little kid at his confirmation. You wouldn't have given me the time of day. And now you need somebody, and that somebody's supposed to be me. Well, it's not gonna happen.
That's quite a speech. I heard you were the strong silent type.
You cracking wise, Phelps?
No, Biggs. I'm breaking the ice.
Just take it easy, Phelps. I'd rather get there in one piece.
¿Qué de casas ahí?
Just drive, hotshot.
Incendio, Stephens.
There isn't much left.
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one?
Yeah, Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay, Brannigan. His name may be dog shit, but there's none in his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The fire started late last night. Steffen's family at Catalina Island. Won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. And they come home to this.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
You don't have any insurance. Everything they own, including the house, is not a pile of rubble.
Where are they sleeping?
In the car. It's lucky the whole block didn't burn down. Word is they're bulldozing this whole neighborhood to build new homes for GIs. That's the man in the house. In the ruins. Terry Lady is his wife.
We'll take a look around. Come on, Phelps.
¿El médico no dijo que iba a hacer algo con el tema de casas para soldados? Ahora no me acuerdo, tío. Entiendo que no puedo subir a echar un vistacillo. Incendios. ¿Y yo qué coño sé de incendios? Matthew Ryan.
Recently serviced. Could be something to go on.
Okay.
Damn. This kind of thing breaks your heart.
Ah, mira, por aquí se puede entrar.
All we can do here.
¿Qué es esto? Ah, esto es un libro. A ver, ¿qué es eso de allí? No, tampoco. Me preguntar si hay más pruebas que pillar o algo, pero en principio... ¿Dónde está mi compañero? Ahí está. No sé si hay algo más que investigar, la verdad. Ah, perfecto.
What now? Talk to the
Vale,
family.
sí.
See what you can get from them.
Mr. Steffens? Cole Phelps and Herschel Biggs, LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
You were out of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
Agencia de viajes Gulliver. Destino Catalina Island. Vale. ¿Y por qué le dieron eso? O sea, ese premio, ¿por qué fue?
It's a formality, but we'll need to speak to the issuing agent.
Vale. Del concurso.
Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Me estará diciendo la verdad, ¿no? O sea, a ver.
Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Es que estoy mirando la cara y no estoy mirando la
Can you
respuesta.
tell me any more about the prize that you won,
Claro,
Mr.
ofrecer el
Steffens?
premio. Era un fin de
Weekend at
semana en
Catalina
Catalina
Island.
Island.
My
El fondo de
wife
construcción
got this
residencial
flyer in the
Mato.
mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
No estará dudando, ¿no? Le digo que es verdad. Uy, pero ahí está haciendo cosas raras, ¿no?
Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Que por la cara diría que es duda, pero...
I'm sorry to have to ask you this, Mr. Steffens, but was the house insured?
No, it wasn't. I couldn't afford it, and the house needed a lot of work.
Reconstrucción residencial. ¿Fondo de reconstrucción le propuso comprarle la casa?
They're building new houses. They showed their money, and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained with them.
¿Verdad?
GI houses?
Yeah, something like that.
Mr. Steffens, you're hiding something, and I can't get to the bottom of this until you give it up.
We're done. My wife and my kids are waiting.
Estoy por reiniciarlo, tío.
What's with him?
You've seen the papers. I guess he's thinking about his own family. I'd say he's searching for some kind of atonement right now.
Es que tan mal se puede hacer al principio, tío. Joder, macho. A ver, ¿saltar las secuencias? Sí. Atrás, atrás. Voy a reiniciar, tío, porque es que... Madre mía. A ver si me puedo saltar... Joder, es que 0 de 2 al principio. Madre mía, macho. Eso me lo puedo saltar entonces, ¿no? ¿O no? Ah, pues no. Vaya como comenzamos el incendio, macho. Joder. Que sí, venga, tornilla, perro, tornilla. Casi 3 horas ya, Joder. ¿En serio no puedo? Venga, hombre.
Okay, everyone. Keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today.
How'd you like porking that German whore, Phelps?
Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps.
Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs. Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine. Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long, then. Start with these two. House fires. 326 South Kenmore Avenue. Steffens' family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, Detective. Now get out of here. Both of you. Get out!
Oh, no.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Ay, Dios mío. Venga, vamos allá.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put them down in 1 round.
I thought this was such a nice area.
Al incendio, venga.
How long have you been working arson?
We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so. Feeling down, hotshot? Need a buddy? I'll look somewhere else.
So this is how it's going to be, partner?
I already told you, I don't do partners.
Rapidito. Es que si lo han perdido todo, no tiene por qué mentirme en nada, ¿no? Tendría que ser verdad todo, ¿no?
There isn't much left.
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one.
Yeah, Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay, Brannigan. His name may be dog shit, but there's none on his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The fire started late last night. Steffen's family at Catalina Island. Won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. They come home to this.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
They don't have any insurance. Everything they own, including the house, is not a pile of rubble.
Where are they sleeping?
In the car. It's lucky the whole block didn't burn down. Word is they're bulldozing this whole neighborhood to build new homes for GIs. That's the man in the house. In the ruins. Terry lady's his wife.
We'll take a look around. Come on, Phelps.
A ver.
Recently serviced. Could be something to go on.
Son of a bitch looks a lot like the cop who pointed a gun at me.
Mr. Stevens? Cole Phelps and Herschel Biggs, LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
You were out of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
¿Y qué tendrá que ver la agencia de viaje a todo esto? También te digo. O sea... No sé.
It's a formality, but
Es decir, ¿la agencia de viaje también es el mismo que hizo el concurso? Pues entonces tendría sentido.
Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
You sure things didn't get a little too tough and you burnt down the house yourself?
I should punch you on the goddamn nose. You want to prove that I burnt my own house? You son of a bitch.
Eso claramente no.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
Vamos a darle a duda, ¿no?
I'm sorry to have to ask you this, Mr. Steffens, but was the house insured?
No, it wasn't. I couldn't afford it.
Pero ¿y entonces
And the
qué
house
era?
needed a lot of work.
The redevelopment fund. Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained with them.
Pero yo no quise negociar.
You're lying, Steffens. You wanted to sell, you just wanted a better price.
What I wanted was my own business. And you have no way of proving that I wanted to sell.
Eso es verdad.
Looks like I was mistaken. The redevelopment fund.
A ver, quiero verlo.
Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained with them.
Pero es que hace así como... Yo voy a dar la duda de nuevo, tío.
Everyone else is selling, but you're the holdout, aren't you?
Yeah, I was the last. I thought I could hold out for a better price. Now, my house is the center lot.
So now you have to take the price regardless.
Looks like it. I've got no choice. I have to put a roof over my family.
That's all we need for the moment, Mr. Steffens.
All right.
Madre mía.
What's with him?
You've seen the papers. I guess he's thinking about his own family. I'd say he's searching for some kind of atonement right now.
Vamos a sacar la dirección de la agencia.
Make the call and see if these suburban assholes have an address.
The heck? She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need information on the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Ah, del fondo.
Yes, Detective. Just checking. The fund is a semi-government agency established to speed up the building of GI homes. It has private investors as well as a government endowment.
Huh. You have an address for them?
There is one listed here, corner of Beverly and
Beverly con
Mariposa.
mariposa. Okay.
Thanks, ma'am.
Here's what I heard. That cop caught the guy who did the Dahlia, but they covered it all up with some kind of big conspiracy.
Pues arreando, ¿no? Que era un día. Me gustaría pillar un coche de bomberos de eso, ¿no? Vamos al otro incendio.
Have there been any other house fires?
This is arson. We get an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question?
O sea, tenemos que investigar la agencia y el fondo, ¿no? Que ya el fondo huele rarete. Tras este caso, ¿no? O sea, en plan... ¿Hay alguna llamadita por aquí cercana? Nope. Que el fondo ya huele mal, ¿no? Porque, o sea... mira, todo el mundo de aquí ha vendido su casa para que reconstruyan el fondo una casa nueva a soldados veteranos. Mira. Todo el puto Cristo vendiendo. Claro, el tío este no aceptó porque quería sacarle más pasta y cuando se fue de viaje con un premio entre comillas, pues se encontró la casa quemada, le darán 2 duros por ello, por la casa y ya está. Wow. Incendio, Sawyer. Hombre, Mol, está ahí.
Hi, Albert. We've caught this case.
Hey, Biggs. You have a partner? What gives?
This is Cole Phelps. You may have read about him.
Oh, now I get it. Hello, Phelps. Welcome to the netherworld of arson. Family of 4 found dead in their beds.
Ooh.
Heater explosion.
Another one.
Looks that way. Insta-Heat Model 70. Before you get excited, we get a couple of water heaters a month go back. Take a look around the yard and see what you can find.
Hostia, chaval.
Mal.
You gonna stick it out, Cole?
I'm gonna try, Mal. What have you got?
Family by the name of Sawyer. Mother, father, and 2 kids. All in bed from the looks of it. Oh, I'd say carbon monoxide poisoning. The burns are superficial.
Time of death?
I'd say about midnight. Anything more exact will take some time to determine. Lynch tells me this has something to do with a faulty water heater?
Could be. There's been a spate of problems with a particular brand. I've got another angle in mind.
You care to elucidate, Detective? This is a murder and not an accident. Sharing information has helped us solve quite a few cases together.
I need something concrete, Mal, before the department gets wind of it. I'm in arson for a reason.
I feel sorry for your wife and kids, Phelps, not for you. But you're a good case man. One of the best I've ever met. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mal. I'd say that's firm but fair.
True. Buenas tardes, ustedes no habrán visto nada, ¿no? Por el estilo.
I got friends who work at the Examiner. About $50 for an exclusion.
Que revise el jardín, a ver. Ah, eso es lo que... Aquí está.
Hey, Biggs. Is this significant?
Regulator valve. Good find.
Detectives? This is the next door neighbor.
Detective Phelps. Can you help?
They were supposed to be going away. They won a trip somewhere. But little Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Do you know who ran the competition?
Gulliver's Travel, up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Phelps, the guy across the street. I've seen him before. He likes fire. Hurry, you can
Lo pillo. O sea que aquí se han equivocado. O sea, no. Lo que hacen es sacar a la gente de las casas, incendiarle, le dan 2 duros. Pero aquí por lo que sea. Te he pillado.
Stop! LAPD!
Aquí por lo que sea, pues la familia
What's your
estaba.
name?
Herbert Chapman.
So you like fires?
Some.
Watching them or setting them?
I don't want any trouble.
Turn out your pockets.
You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Herbert?
I keep myself to myself.
¿Qué es? Un paquete. Ah, vaya pedazo de cilindro, ¿no? Joder.
Cigarette in a matchbox gives you a 5 or 6 minute delay. You want more time, you use a mosquito coil. Don't you, Herbert?
You like this fire, Herbert?
Hell no. I heard it over the fire radio. Sounded sweet.
When you finish following your leads, come and see me at the fire station. I have a theory about this.
Will do, Lynch. Take this guy in. We might want him for questioning later.
You got it, Detective.
Why have you got such a hard-on for this case? If it is murder, it's almost impossible to prove. Fire doesn't leave much evidence. There's no percentage in this.
I think it's more than one case.
They're house fires, Cole. Accidents, heater fires, gas explosions.
No.
There's got to be a reason.
The reason is you want to be a star again. Forget it. Give it up. You'll feel better.
Pero déjame
There's something to this.
investigar los cuerpos, ¿no?
What are you talking about? Arson is insurance. It's always been insurance.
We still investigate the cases, Biggs. The people in this house are dead.
Go soak your head, Phelps. This hero business is a full-time obsession with you.
I'm gonna make this case. I'm gonna rub the department's nose in it. Help me or stay out of my way. You got it?
Entonces, ¿aquí ya he terminado? Claro que no, coño. Si es que no me han dejado revisar nada. A ver. De aquí no hay más nada. ¿Qué está revisando ese? Ah, nada. Vale, ahora pillo los cadáveres. A ver. Ah, nada. ¿Qué he hecho? Ah, un ventilador, ¿no? Parece. Vale, vamos a por los cadáveres porque yo no creo haber encontrado aquí nada.
How about the insurance companies write these incidents up as acts of God?
Vale, miramos. Ahora sí. Eso es lo que me quedaba. Ok. Vamos al lío. Reconstrucción residencial o agencia de viajes de Gulliver. Esta gente está metida, vamos. O sea, lo dicho, o sea, el fondo quiere comprar las casas. La gente vende y hay algunos que no. Los que no la agencia le manda esos premios, esos viajes, y cuando se largan de viaje, no sé quién se encarga, si el fondo o la agencia o un intermediario. ¿Se acerca? No, pasa. Un intermediario se encarga de quemar las casas y darle 2 duros por las casas quemadas. ¿Qué pasa? Que esta gente, uno de la familia se puso malo y no pudieron ir al viaje. Entonces, pues han muerto. Han muerto los 4, además. Y voy a correr por aquí más rápido. Apartarse. Todo fuera. Oye, pues mucho más rapidito por ahí, La agencia es esta de aquí. Agencia de viajes Gulliver, 10 de la mañana.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD.
John Cunningham. Can I help you, gentlemen?
We have reason to believe that the Sawyer family of 4414 Rosewood Avenue recently won a competition run by your company.
Yes, I remember them. They called up to cancel at the last minute. One of the kids was sick. Very unfortunate.
Do you mind if I take a look at that?
A ver. Sawyer, aquí está.
The Sawyer family, Rosewood Avenue.
Y quedará la otra, ¿no? La de... Los voy... No. ¿Cómo se llamaba la otra familia? Es que no me acuerdo cómo era. Un momento. La familia Stephens. Vale. No me jodas que no puedo revisar yo eso ahora. Ah, vale. Stephen, esta era. Familia de 5.
Here they are. Stephens.
A ver, reconstrucción residencial.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
¿Cómo que nuestra lista de qué?
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
There's not much to
Organizan
tell.
una promoción.
They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers
La
half
lista de
of
correo
LA.
cubre medio Los Ángeles. ¿Cómo? Que no estoy entendiendo nada de lo que me está diciendo. No hay mucho que contar. Organizan una promoción. Nuestra lista de correos cubre medio Los Ángeles. Ah, vale. Vale. Buah. ¿Y si lo doy a mentira?
How much business do you do with Suburban? You get some kind of kickback from these guys.
Oh, so now you're accusing me of taking kickbacks from realty developers. You have some way of proving this, detective?
No, la verdad es que no.
Sorry, my mistake. Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion.
Voy a dar la duda.
Promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
Aunque eso seguramente será mentira. Efectivamente.
So you don't believe that it's suspicious that a guy who doesn't want to sell his house wins some holiday tickets, and while he's away, his home burns down?
To me, it just sounds like really bad luck. It's not like everyone who wins a prize gets their house set on fire, officer.
Qué cantidad de preguntas estoy fallando, pero una detrás de otra, hermano. Concurso de viajes
I'm told the
promocional.
tickets were a prize. Yes, they were. You do a lot of these prizes. Look, there are hundreds of these promotions running at any one time. If you're the lucky guy, you get your name pulled out of a hat.
You're lying, Cunningham. There's some kind of racket going on here, and you're in on it.
And you have a screw loose, Buster. I'm involved in a conspiracy for a $20 family ticket to Catalina. How are you going to prove that?
Voy a dar la duda, ¿no?
You're off the hook, for now.
Bien,
While the
menos
Sawyer
mal.
family were supposed to be at Catalina Island, their house burnt down. You consider them lucky?
Christ. I'm sorry to hear that.
Can you tell me who offered the prize won by the Sawyer family?
Sure. Look, there's supposed to be some sort of supervised draw with hundreds of tickets. But the reality is the Suburban Redevelopment Fund calls me every couple of weeks and tells me exactly who has won.
Thanks for your help.
No problem. Just wish I could do something for that family.
O sea, que
You
esa
could put round the
gente...
hat. A few bucks would really help them now.
I suppose so.
Good. I'll put you down for 50. I could tell you were Samaritan the minute I walked in the door.
50? Are you...
Good man, Cunningham. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but great.
O sea, que esa gente se libra, ¿no? De momento. Ah, la reconstrucción residencial.
Let me guess. You want to check out the suburban address?
Ajá.
Great partners must think alike, Bertram.
Mira esto, vamos, toda la manzana reconstruyéndose. Pero no tiene que ser un bastón derribarla y volver a construirla del cero. No sé, ¿no? ¿Dónde está la inversión ahí? Porque todo esto lo estaba haciendo el médico. Entiendo que así, ¿no? En plan, que los soldados compran la vivienda, no solamente por la vivienda, sino por la morfina que le darán al hacerle la entrega de la casa, ¿entiendes? Y así es como lavan la morfina. Que se va. Pues es justo acá. Obra en progreso de Elysian Fields.
This is supposed to be the registered offices of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
This is an Elysian housing development, Mac.
So Elysian is an investor in the redevelopment fund.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for your help. Elysian are investors in the suburban redevelopment. So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line and harassing Leland Monroe without evidence, you're out of your mind.
Y no puedo investigar por aquí un momentillo. Uy, ¿qué hay por aquí? De Frank Osterman. A Leland Monroe. Entregaron presupuesto de obra. Informe diario de requisas deberán ser enviados a reconstrucción residencial por triplicado. No presentar informe diario podría resultar un despido. Solicitudes suministradas archivadas incorrectamente serán ignoradas.
So Elysian Fields builds the houses, while the Suburban Redevelopment Fund foots the bill.
hay nada que investigar por aquí, tío. Parque de bomberos 32. ¿Qué querremos revisar del parque de bomberos?
There. Makes you see double, makes you feel single.
Bueno, vámonos.
Lynch says we should visit him at Fire Station 32.
Who exactly is this guy, Lynch?
Lynch is a legend. You should feel privileged. He doesn't let many people into the inner sanctum. Keep your mouth shut, and you'll learn something about fires.
Pues no se mueve nada mal ese coche, ¿eh? Un poco tartana, pero...
At least we'll know where we've been if we try to retrace our steps.
Pero bien. A ver, al parque de bomberos, a ver qué nos dice el pavo. Yo no pienso que el que hayamos... Al que hayamos mandado a comisaría sea un sospechoso ni por nada, no. Simplemente, pues, yo sé, se va ahí y le gustan los juegos y eso.
Damn you!
Cállate, hombre. Parque Bomberos 32.
We came as soon as we could.
See him? Saw his picture in the paper. Worked that case with the lady cut up like the dahlia.
Biggs, you two investigating the house fire on Kenmore Avenue as well?
Yep. Why?
I had a look around the place while I was out there.
Do you believe the fire?
I deal in facts, Phelps. Evidence of an explosion. No obvious sign of accelerants.
Vale.
Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire, Al?
Yes, it is.
Reginald Valley. Pero en un momento dado...
Huh. Looks like it was recently serviced.
Bueno, da igual.
I have a theory, and it's a theory only. I don't have enough evidence to prove...
Al, if you say it's so, we're listening.
Okay, Phelps. You're a bright penny. You have a gas supply. You have a Bunsen burner as a pilot light. You have a regulator valve, and the balloon represents the gas expanding in the room. Now, the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion. Let's see if you can work out the chain of events.
La válvula reguladora. No, espérate. No tiene sentido, porque este es el... Uy, 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 no, no, creo que la válvula va bien aquí. Y esto... Al final va a ser la válvula esta aquí y el globo aquí.
The gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
Es que si me quitas el subtítulo tan rápido, hermano, no te leo, sinceramente. Ah, vale.
Come on, Phelps. You need to get the arrangement right before we can reproduce the results.
Claramente no soy de...
Try again, Boy Scout.
A ver, ¿qué me ha dicho? La burbuja de gas tiene que estar junto a la espiral para que estalle. Vale. Es decir, la burbuja de gas tiene que estar junto a eso de los mosquitos para que estalle. Esto aquí. Y esto... Uy, no. Esto aquí. Y esto aquí.
Good, your regulator's in position. Okay, I'll light your pilot and turn the gas on.
You pull the lever on the left to turn on again.
So that's how it's being done.
Maybe. There could be a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're welcome, Biggs. See you at the next show.
Ok.
I was walking down the street and that heel sent me flying.
¿Sabes lo que te digo?
How bad is it?
Que me va a llevar un camión de bomberos. A tomar por culo. Me suda la polla. Vamos a la fábrica.
Show? The next fire. We should go to the factory and see how many of these things are going bang in the night.
Pues
You know
ese
this
coche...
Chapman character? The guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that we'd like for a lot of things, but we don't really have any credible evidence to pursue him with.
Mira, al menos tiene sirena, no te voy a mentir. Voy por aquí.
Brother!
Buah, ni gira ni acelera, Madre mía, el camión de bomberos. Bueno. Pero esa gente, ¿cómo va a acudir rápido a una llamada? Con esta tartana. Madre mía. Pero si es horrible, ¿no? Es que... Wow, chaval.
Come on!
Va a hacer la putísima gracia de coger el camión de bomberos. Es que ni frena, tú. Eso es, venga ahí. Que va, que voy. Madre mía. Y voy a ensayar con un camión de bomberos. Tiene gracia, la verdad.
I got a call back for that university.
LAPD detectives, ma'am. We need to speak to someone in charge.
I see. Well, duty manager for today is Mr. Rasic. You should find him in his office.
Iván Rasic. Pues muy bien.
You are a modest little person with much to be modest of.
¿Y dónde?
Oh, I wish I could afford that.
Espérate.
Did you see his lovely wife and children in the paper?
New and improved
What a
model.
rat.
They'll be selling these like hotcakes.
¿Pero este es el modelo 70 ese? No sé.
I could get discovered swanning around in those.
Ahí es.
Mister, a man like you always loses a battle of wits because you're unarmed.
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson. We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
Pressure regulator from a Model 70. Let me take a look. We have a problem. This has been tampered with.
What?
You see this diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow. It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
Instajad modelo
So you're telling
70.
me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
I think you're lying, Razik. Either these heaters are flawed at inception, or they were badly put together. Which is it?
If you want to pursue that line of questioning, we could have our day in court. I'll put my engineering credentials up against yours.
El calentador frenático fue destruido después de ser reparado por Reginald Barley. Un momento.
You don't ask, you never find out.
El tío claramente me estaba mintiendo.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
¿Cómo que no? ¿Cómo que no va a haber nada incorrecto si se han muerto?
I think you're lying, Razik. Either these heaters are flawed at inception, or they were badly put together. Which is it?
If you want to pursue that line of questioning, we could have our day in court. I'll put my engineering credentials up against yours.
El calentador de la familia fue destruido después de ser reparado por Reginald Barley. Válvula reguladora. A ver, espérate, dame un segundo. Ficha técnica del calentador.
Are these diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course they are.
A ver.
I think you're lying, Razik. I think some of your men aren't fully licensed. You're desperate to cover your sales.
And how are you going to prove that, Detective? Name me one of my guys who would have overlooked a fault like this.
A ver, que un momento ver el diario. No están autorizados. Quiero proteger su fuente. ¿Cómo demostrarlo, tío? ¿Cuál de mi plan podría haber pasado por alto una avería así? Pues este, ¿no? El calentador de los aniversarios fue destruido después de ser reparado por Reginald Barley. El calentador de los aniversarios fue destruido después de ser reparado por Matthew Ryan. Tiene todo el sentido del mundo, ¿no? O sea, le preguntamos. Los diafragmas suelen fallar. Con el paso del tiempo fallan. Perdón. Con el paso del tiempo fallan. La goma dura unos cuantos años y luego se estropea. Dice, vale. Entonces, los nombres que he visto en las revisiones de los calentadores son de personal autorizado y homologado, por supuesto. Creo que miente. Creo que alguno de sus hombres no estará autorizado y quiere proteger sus ventas a las esperadas. ¿Y cómo ha demostrado lo detective? ¿Cuál de mis planes podría haber pasado por alto una avería así? Pasado por alto una avería así. Pues esos dos, ¿no? No, bueno, realmente no, ¿no? Porque si lo repararon y después fue manipulado, no fue por un fallo de avería, sino que lo manipularon, ¿no? Le doy a duda.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out. Are these diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course they are.
Le doy a duda, tío. Esto va a ser mentira, tío. Es que era
You employ accredited mechanics to do this.
We call them installers. Technically, they're gas fitters.
Installers, then?
They know what they're doing, Detective, if that's what you're trying to imply.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
Duda, venga.
You're telling me that you've never had any problems with this heater?
Look, we've changed the design since the Model 70.
These things are still being installed?
It's the demand. None of us could keep up with the amount of housing going up. At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock. We are installing 100 heaters a week. They're not all faulty.
They're not all safe either.
Madre mía.
I want you to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
A ver.
There, around a dozen of them. Housing business is going crazy at the moment.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Matthew Ryan es
This
uno de
is a
ellos.
long shot. We are not going to rouse that whole list.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists. See if any of these guys have any previous. Sir, I need to use your phone.
Go right ahead.
El teléfono...
Are you liquored up?
Aquí. Madre mía con las putas preguntas, tío.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
You dropped something?
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Las 9 ya.
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, Detective, run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Cutner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Clemens Walter, previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Vaya.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew, charged for contempt of court, attempted murder, plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Thanks. You've been a big help, young lady.
Joder, esta peña.
What the heck, fire?
Esta peña
Your
contrata.
employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do, but my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
Mister, a man like you always
Here.
loses a battle of wits because
Happy
of
now?
one arm.
Stick around, Mr. Rasic.
Matthew Ryan. A ver. ¿Qué he hecho? La ley y la autoridad. Un ensayo anarquista de piel con precio de 5 centavos. Anarquista de Los Ángeles. What the fuck?
Some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine.
¿En serio? Oye, paso. ¿Cómo te voy a leer todo esto? Si voy a leer más aquí ahora que en el instituto. Madre mía. Pero ¿cómo te va a leer todo esto? Una polla, ¿no?
Ryan wants the world to be a better place.
Menos
Don't
mal.
we all?
Tomar por culo, tío. ¿Y esto? No, un alicate. Bueno, ese por un lado.
Susie, you are so bad.
Original Barley. Rarete, ¿no?
My company went through thousands of these in the war. Still got eaten alive. Barley has a problem with bugs.
¿Y el otro era?
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasic?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favored choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice.
Y Walter Clemens. Otro igual con la mierda hecha.
Clemens is a fellow traveler.
No me lo puedo creer. ¡Ay, Dios santo bendito! Es que me quiero morir. Venga. Venga. Lo que sí que es verdad que se ha aumentado por 3 el número de implicados, ¿no? Está.
Mind if I leave you to it? I got work waiting.
3 birds. Clemens, Ryan, Varley. Where to,
Buena
folks?
pregunta.
I was married.
¿Qué ha pasado? Un Chevrolet. ¿Pero eso dónde es? Sí, hombre, voy a coger yo la tartana esa. Un coche normal y corriente, por favor. Mira, ese de allí. Igual. Lugar de trabajo de Clemens. O sea, lo que nos ha enseñado es el pirómano que está intentando incendiar otra casa. No me lo creo, ¿no? Creo que debería dejarlo ya por aquí, ¿eh? Podemos coger por el medio.
You like to leave your mark, don't you?
Venga, y esa suspensión. Vámonos. Mierda, hay que dar toda la vuelta. No me jodas. Pues no. Oh, sí. Me cago en... A ver cómo salgo yo de aquí ahora. O podemos hacer lo siguiente. Cuidado que llega aquí Fernando Alonso. Madre mía. Un vago, tú.
You're gonna give someone a heart attack.
No pasa nada. Ahora se le pasa el susto.
Biggs, LAPD. We want some answers and we want them quick.
Okay, okay. What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
Conocimiento de Barley.
You know Reginald Barley?
No? Can't say I do.
Mentiroso.
You have a real viper's nest that insta-heat, don't you? Arsonists, murderers, communists.
What's that got to do with me? You can't prove I'm behind all that.
Hemos visto. Propaganda anarquista encontrada en la taquilla de Matthew Ryan. Panfleto de propaganda anarquista encontrado en la guía de Walter Clemens. Espérate, yo soy... Momento.
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that?
Este es Clemens. Vale. Este, ¿no? Panfleto de propaganda anarquista encontrado en la taquilla de Walter Clemens.
Look, I've been cooperative. How about letting me get back to work?
You were licensed and worked for InstaHeat?
I contract for them. So what?
InstaHeat hires arsonists, does it?
I've worked as a fitter all my life. Put everything I had into that house. And my fucking mudshot of a wife gets awarded it in settlement. She's blowing spics 2 at a time while I'm at work. And she gets the house. Yeah, I burnt it all right. Set fire to that fucker and watch it burn to the ground. I did my time and I'd do it again.
Sorry about the Rouse, Clemens. You did the right thing.
Joder.
Do
Conocimiento
you
de
know
Ryan.
Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
You and Ryan are fifth columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings?
Ah, ahora sí que...
We found a pamphlet in your locker, Clemens. We can add your name to the register. HUAC might want to interview you.
That shit was from Ryan. He's always pushing that shit on people. Drives me nuts. He's got it in for the company.
Bueno,
All right, Clemens.
tan mal.
You're off the hook for the moment.
No creo que ese te
Can I
sea
get back to
el...
work now?
Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our
No, yo
guy.
tampoco pienso. Vale, pues sabiendo la hora que es, voy a hacer los... Uy, ese coche de ahí, ¿de quién coño es? Ahora está guardando. Este no está tan mal. Aunque gira para... De puta madre, vamos a dejarlo aquí en mitad del primer caso de antiincendios. Se llama así el departamento, incendio, bueno. Ya guardo la partida, ¿vale? Mañana, sí, yo creo que mañana me da tiempo a echarle 1 horilla y media, 2. En cuanto vuelva de entrenar, yo creo que me da tiempo. Me queda descubrir quién es, o digámoslo, o interrogar, ¿no? Los otros 2 trabajadores que me quedan y descubrir quién coño está incendiando las casas. Me apena haber terminado sin antivicio, tío. En plan, joder, salí de los otros 2 departamentos tan bien y mira cómo acabaron el antivicio por culpa de Roy, ¿sabes? En plan, qué cabrones. Me gustaría matar a Roy, la verdad. No te voy a mentir. En fin, vamos a dejar aquí el streaming de hoy. Casi 4 horitas, ni tan mal. Se nota que es domingo y no hay que hacer nada. Nada más, nos vemos mañana, lunes. Que paséis buen dominguito. Y que durmáis bien. Aunque son las 9:30. Pero no acostarse tarde. Que mañana hay que trabajar. O voy al colegio.